Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you all are doing well. So today in this video we are going to solve the problems of bi-weekly contest 86 for the Leetcode platform, right? So first of all, this is the first problem that we'll be discussing in this video, and this is the next problem that we'll be discussing in this video, right? So let's start with the first one. So as you can see, they have marked as an easy one, so that is an easy problem. So the question says find sub-arrays with equal sum. So given a zero indexed integer array nums, determine whether there exist two sub-arrays of length 2 with equal sum. So we have to tell that if like we have array, right? So you have to tell that if there exist two sub-arrays for which the length should be 2 having equal sum. Note that the two sub-arrays must begin at different indices. So return true if these subarray exists and false otherwise. Okay, so a subarray, first of all, what it is a contiguous non-empty sequence of elements within an array. Okay, so for example, if this one you will see, right? So here we are having the element 4 to 4. So if we are taking this subarray 4 2 and 2 4, so the sum is what? 6, right? So we got our criteria, right? So this is beating our criteria that two subarrays of length 2 having equal sum. So that's why we are returning true here. If here you will see, right, so that is not possible. No two sub-arrays of size 2 have the same sum. And for here, the nums equal to 0, 0, 0 we have. So obviously here also we'll get true. You can see the sub-arrays nums 0, nums 1 and nums 1, nums 2 have the same sum, that is 0. Also, they have given that even though the sub-arrays have the same content, the two sub-arrays are considered different because they are in different position, right? So that you know, okay? So here they have provided a constant even. So now for this one, like how we have solved. So here we have taken a set. Now simply what we are doing is, so we are going through the elements, of the array, and we are simply doing what? For example, let's say this is the array we are having. So 4 plus 2, so nums of I plus nums of I plus 1 we are doing, right? So the sum is going to be 6. If this 6 is already in our set, right? So we'll be putting this sum in our set. So if this is already in our set, means we have already seen that sum, means some other sub-array must be having that sum. And if that is the case, we have to return true. If not, then we are simply putting this value, this sum to our set, right? So that's what we are doing here. So for nums of 0 plus nums of 1, we have values 4 and 2, right? So sum is going to be 6. So as of now our set does not contain 6, so what we are going to do is we are going to put this sum in our set, right? Next time we are going to consider I value would be 1, and we'll be considering nums of I, nums of 1 and nums of 2, right? So if you will add them, we'll be getting 6, right? And here now if you will check that set contains this sum 6, right? So now set does have, so we'll be simply returning true here, right? So that's what it is, right? That's the solution for this problem. Now let's understand the next one, right? So the next problem is strictly palindromic number. An integer n is strictly palindromic if for every base b between 2 and n minus 2 inclusive, the string representation of the integer n in base b is palindromic. So given an integer n, you have to return true if n is strictly palindromic and false otherwise. Also, a string is palindromic if it reads the same forward and backward, right? For example, 1 1 1. So if you will read it in forward side, then also it is 1 1 1, and from backward also 1 1 1. If you are taking a string madam, so if you will read from left to right, then also it would be madam only, right? And from right to left also, right? So that's what a palindrome is. I hope that most of you must be aware of that, right? So now what do we have here? That okay, example given as n equal to 9. So what basically you have to do, right? You'll be having a number. For example, here we have 9. So we have to tell whether it is strictly palindromic or not. How you can say that a number is strictly palindromic if for every base b, base 2, base 3, like that, or base b between 2 and n minus 2. So 2 and here n value is 9. So 2 up till 7, 7 inclusive, right? So you have to include 7 also. So for base 2 up till base 7, if the string representation of that particular number 9 is what? 9 in base b is palindromic, then we can say that 9 is palindromic. So here we are getting false as the output. So for base 2, the value of 9 is going to be what? 1001, which is palindromic, right? This is palindromic. Okay, so 1001, 1001. Okay. In base B, we'll be having 100, which is not palindromic, right? So if just for base 3 itself it is not palindromic, so then no need to check for other bases, for base 4 and base 5 and all those, right? So therefore 9 is not strictly palindromic, so we can return false. Note that in base 4, 5, 6 and 7, n equal to 9 is also not palindromic. Okay, now n equal to 4. So if you will consider just base 2 only, right, so then it is a 100, which is not palindrome, so we return false. Now let me show you the code for this one. Is it? Yeah, that's it. So the thing is, like, sort of observation problem it was that if any number you will take, any number, right, so it won't be possible, like somewhere it will fail, that for it won't be strictly palindrome if you will check it for every base between 2 and n minus 2. Any number you take, right, there is just one number which is going to satisfy that condition of being strictly palindrome, and that number is what? 1. Okay, but here in the question they have already specified in the constraint that n will be starting from 4 itself, right? So we don't have to handle that case for 1, and simply we have to return false, right? So this was the only thing that needs to be done for this particular problem. Sort of observation based problem it was, right? So these are the top 2 problems that were there in the contest. We'll be covering next 2 in the upcoming video, so make sure to subscribe my channel to stay updated with more such content, and definitely it will motivate me to create more such content. Thank you everyone for watching. Bye bye.